But I'm really proud of our special teams. I think that's the reason why we won the game is because of the special teams unit. Great return by Trey Williams. Great block punt by the 12th man, Sam Miller. Had a blocked field goal also. So I think the special teams was a key component why we won that game.
You talked about going over 40. A lot of guys have said you left points out there. Again, 51, and you're leaving points available still.
Right. The reason why we say we still leave points is because we just don't execute every time that we have the ball. And that's just our motto. That's just how we do things here at A&M. We want to score every single time we get the ball. So when we don't score, we feel like we leave points on the field.
Have you guys put together a complete game? Is there one game you look back and say, this is an example in a game of what we're talking about?
Well, we really don't look back into the past. We always try to move forward and try to get better and try to improve on mistakes that we committed in past games. We've gotten better every week, but there's still games ahead of us and there's still room to get better.
So what could it look like if you put together a complete game, even against LSU and Missouri, which is an underrated defense?
Right. Well, against those two teams, we're going to have to put a complete game, if we want to win those games. So it's like I said, we're going to take advantage of the bye week this week, going over some extra scheme stuff for those guys. And I'm just going to try to improve on our performance from last week.
What's the biggest difference in Johnny between last year and this year?
When it comes to personality-wise, he's the same guy that he was last year. He's a better leader on the field. I think he's more of a better player, than he was last year. You can see his escapability, his ability throwing the ball down the field. But what you guys don't see, man, is when we're in the huddle, going onto the field. It's the key drives, man. He has that look in his eye. We got to get this first down, and we have to score points to help out our defense. So I think his maturity level and his leadership from an offensive side of the ball.
As an older guy on the team, is it impressive to see someone who's only 20 and a sophomore being such a leader?
Well, not really, because he's played a lot of football. It'll be the case would be kind of different, if this was his first year playing. But he has the same amount of experience as any guy out there. So it's not really shocking.
During this bye week, this week in particular, how much is about you guys getting better, getting healthy, and how much do you look at LSU?
Well, from a health aspect, I don't think we don't have many guys that's really out there banged up, but it's always a good deal to get an extra week, just to get even more fresh, especially with the tough road environment that we're going to go in. We're going to need everybody 100%. But we're going to take advantage of the bye week, especially scheming things up. That's going to be a very, very, very tough opponent, especially going into LSU. So we're just going to take advantage of the bye week and go over some scheme things.
The running backs' average yards per carry was down in this state game from other games. Anything to put your finger on?
Yeah, this past particular game, I would say, is probably the only game of the season where we didn't have success running the ball. Those guys did a great job from a defensive standpoint up front. Those guys' front seven was probably the biggest front seven we played all year. Yeah, they did a really good job of stopping the run. But that's something that we realized and we looked at, and we're gonna have another tough challenge going against the LSU front. But we just have to realize what we're doing. We do have the capability of running the ball against anybody, but we understand that LSU is gonna give us a challenge, and we have to accept the challenge.